In a shock to literally no one, except for if you were looking for when exactly this vote was supposed to be taking place, a few rhinos ended up crossing the aisle, and no, we won't really be talking about them in depth. I've got something planned for the weekend when we go out on safari out there, taking out some rhinos, but yeah, no, a few of them ended up crossing the aisle. All Democrats ended up voting completely in lockstep on all of this stuff, and yes, for the next 30, and if she has, and hopefully, I'm totally wishing this, by the way, that she has a long and successful career, and maybe she'll just be like she was on the circuit courts before that. She just ends up falling in line like everyone else and just being one of the most unremarkable people fucking ever to be nominated for the Supreme Court, but she's black and she's a woman. That's nice. But anyways, no, Ketanji Brown Jackson was in fact confirmed. The Senate voted 53 to 47, and yeah, no, all the people that said, oh, I'm going to be voting for her because I don't want to be labeled a racist or a misogynist, Romney, Murkowski, Collins, they all voted for her. The rest of the Republicans all voted no on it because, well, whatever fucking pet reasons they want to use for campaign talking points at the end of the year. Then it's like, oh, I didn't vote for her because she's way too soft on child porn. And it's like, no, that's fair and all that stuff. But it was always just going to fucking end up like this anyways because the Republican Party is spineless. Anyways, let's go over this for posterity's sake and for Joe Biden's sake, because we got to give Joe a little bit of credit on this one. At least he found somebody who will acknowledge his existence because he's had a rough week. He's probably going to go to Delaware for the weekend if he hasn't already left already. So he needs just a little human interaction. God, that was so fucking cringy. Barack, you fucking quintessential narcissist. Talked about that enough lately. Anyways, so back on point, the Senate voted 53 to 47 on Thursday to confirm Judge. Well, now she's Justice. Well, I guess she hasn't quite taken the oath or anything like that yet, and because Breyer's still going to be in chambers until the end of the year, so yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Justice in waiting, Justice-elect, like, what was the designation for right now? Token? Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court with 3 Republicans voting with all of the Democrats. See, there's some moderates in the Democratic Party. Well, the ones that, are just opportunistically moderate. We can just go ahead and say that, right? Jackson, a 51-year-old federal appeals court judge, she's going to be around for fucking ever, dude, for the next 30, and considering she's taking the position of Breyer, who is retiring of his own volition, 32 years ahead of her as a Supreme Court justice, and hopefully she mellows with age, or, I don't know, just falls in line with everybody else that's there, but regardless, she's going to be around for a long fucking time. Will be the first black woman on the High Court and the 3rd black justice. Yeah, exactly. Like, for fuck's sakes. Cool. You got to make history. You could have literally picked the best person for the job, but that was just a bar too high in my identity politics. Her confirmation vote was not nearly as bipartisan as that of the justice she'd been chosen to replace, Stephen Breyer, and others. Yeah, no, and the previous ones as well, because Murkowski, who voted for the Democrat nominee, voted against Kavanaugh because believe all women. Oh, but then voted against, or for ACB at the same time. Meanwhile, I think it was Collins who voted for Brown Jackson because she doesn't want to be a racist or a misogynist. She didn't vote for Amy Coney Barrett. It's all picky choosy, right? When it comes to holding on to RINO philosophy. It was totally and completely unnecessary because, yes, old Camelback was there today to strike the gavel and give a big speech about, no, I'm the first half black or half Indian. I'm the first minority vice presidential woman ever. So this is so amazing for me, and I feel so honored to be here because it's all about me. So yeah, Biden, with all of his bipartisan support, ended up wooing over, the aforementioned Romney, Collins, and Murkowski. How wonderful. Very bipartisan. It's so weird, right? Every time Biden gets a bipartisan win, it's always that same cast of despicable characters with terrible wigs and fucking toupees. Anyways, President Biden watched the vote tally come in with Jackson in the Roosevelt room, still marveling at the fact that televisions are in color now, just like my friend here. Anyways, photo showed them holding hands and excitingly hugging as enough votes came in to confirm Jackson's nomination. That's wonderful. Very organic, very not staged. Breyer, 83, had come under intense pressure from progressives to retire. I have no intentions of retiring. Washington Post leaks Breyer's going to be retiring. Fuck. I will be retiring at the end of this session because they can't kick me out any sooner. It's still a lifetime appointment, damn it. Jackson joins two other Democrat appointees, Elena Kagan and Sonia Sotomayor, on the 6-3. Really? Have you seen the voting habits of John Roberts? Anyways, but yeah, no, 6-3 dominated Supreme Court and will be sworn in during the summer recess when Breyer officially steps down, if he's not pushed before that. But yeah, no, like I said before, it's so nice. Biden just literally had to pluck somebody out of mediocrity in order to pose with them in a photo. How wonderful. After 99 senators had voted, Rand Paul held up the vote when he was nowhere to be found on the Senate floor. I gotta take a piss. After about 30 minutes, he finally showed up to cast the no vote. That's, okay, because Rand Paul's not a very charismatic guy. I like him a lot, but he's just never, ever going to be anything more than a senator from Kentucky. But that's totally fine, and you need people like that in society, but, that's a boss move, even if it is totally unintentional. It's like, who the fuck knew today was going to be the day for the confirmation anyway? So maybe he just had to catch a flight and his fucking Uber got held up in traffic. Who knows? Paul, Lindsey Graham, and Senator Jim Inhofe of Oklahoma had cast their no vote from the cloakroom because they did not want to wear a tie. Evokes too much lynching comparisons, I guess. Senate dress code requirements require a jacket and tie for men. That's some sex. That's a misandry. But yet Kirsten Sinema can show up with fucking purple hair and some kind of a fucking floral pattern dress that looks like she just stole it off of the Cabbage Patch rack. Oh, fucking cunt. Seated in the row with VIP gallery from, was second gentleman. What? Beta. Doug Emhoff. Members of the White House Sherpa team. What? Is it that high up in the gallery? We're also in the gallery along with Democratic commentators Donna Brazile. Democratic commentator? What Donna Brazile, what company does she work for again? Oh, Fox News. There you go. And at least 17 members of the Congressional Black Caucus. This is definitely about the most qualified person for the job, just to remind everybody. President Biden's designated Sherpa, former Alabama Democratic Senator Doug Jones. Oh, it's so nice that Joe likes to surround himself with losers. Was standing in the back of the chamber. The Sherpa guides a Supreme Court nominee through the interviews and hearings that make up the confirmation process. Whatever. Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee aggressively interrogated Jackson. It was like, what? Okay, a couple of people, maybe Cotton. Hawley, yeah, aggressively, maybe. Ted Cruz had a bunch of cool slides that he had behind him and a couple of props as well, but Lindsey Graham started to argue with literally everybody else, and Marsha Blackburn just asked, hey, what's a woman? And she was like, I don't fucking know. And it's like, good enough for me. This fucking Democratic Party is despicable. And the Republicans really know better, but I guess you can't really filibuster a fucking Supreme Court nominee. I don't think you can, at least. That would have been a big dick energy move, that's for true. Other Republicans cited her refusal to offer judiciary philosophy and her refusal to weigh in on issues like court packing and the definition of a woman as reasons to vote no. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Yeah, it seems pretty fucking important as to judging her fitness to being a Supreme Court justice. It's like, okay, your judicial philosophy is unquantifiable. Okay, most of your major decisions have been overturned. You won't make a clear statement on whether or not you think that 9 people in the Supreme Court is plenty. And then, yeah, once again, I'm not a biologist. Well, you have the fucking plumbing. That's why you're here. So can you tell us what a fucking woman is, you dunce? No, perfect. But she did say that presidents aren't kings. even though you listen to other corners of the Democratic Party at the same time and they want Biden to rule by edict. It's fucking hilarious. It's just disjointed clown world that runs in Washington right now. But before we close everything out, I want to get to the wine mom in chief here, the 47th president of the United States. Just give it until January. Harris told reporters after the vote, "I'm overjoyed and deeply moved and very drunk. There's so much about what's happening in the world now that is presenting some of the worst of this moment and human behaviors." Listen, you must have got the fucking wrong script on this one, dude, because I don't know where the fuck you're starting on this one, but you're talking about somebody who's most famous for letting fucking child predators off with a 3-month sentence when their normal guidance would require a 10-month stay in Club Fed. But yeah, no, you want to bring up the worst moment in human behaviors, and you think that that's positive, but it's all about you, right, Kamala? And then we have a moment like this that can remind us that there is so much yet to accomplish. She got confirmed, you fucking tard. In today's day and age, 50-50, or however many Democrats and Republicans are in the Senate, that's as best as you're gonna fucking do, unless Jesus Christ ends up walking in representing the independents. That's the only time that you're gonna get overwhelming bipartisan support. I don't know what else you can fucking expect at this point. But she's too stupid to realize that. Her programming's a little too thick. Yeah, a moment like this to remind us that there's still so much yet to accomplish and that we can accomplish, including a day like today with a historic and so important blah 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 for so many reasons. Yes, she has a fucking box and she's black. Cool, perfect. The exact reason you were anointed as being a vice president, okay? Because it wasn't because of your overwhelming popularity in the presidential primary, right? Nobody liked Joe, but they liked you even less than that. So by hook or by crook, you guys are there. You got to nominate somebody who has a similar situation to you, and congratulations. Ended up sneaking through, and now you can say, oh, there's still so much to do, but you still got bipartisan support. But as you can see, that's just a really tenuous description. It's only good and it's only necessary when it fits the narrative. Oh, we made history today and we used through bipartisan support. How wonderful. But then at the same time, you still need to further the narrative and push the victim culture that's out there. Oh yes, we still have so far to go. I ain't been so far to only get so far, or whatever the fuck that stupid pantsuit wearing idiot said all those years ago. I feel like is a very important statement about who we are as a nation. That we have just made a decision to put this extraordinary jurist to the highest court of our land. It's a good statement about who we are. Yeah, somebody who once again just puts feels over reals, because of course you do. And that's how this administration has run so far, and look at the grand success that they have there. This is something that could have been done by the Senate pro tempore. Okay, and Patrick Leahy could have been up there just blah, 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 bang the gavel on this one, but no, she was waiting on her fucking box wine shipment, so she decided to stumble up to the chambers in order to fucking preside over this. Great, wonderful, have your fucking moment, take your fucking photo ops, and yeah, try not to fuck up the country over the next 3 decades. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. Watch the fly your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.